Hi again, I'm Kendra Rohrbaugh, here to bring you the MoveWell workout of the month for February. We listened to your feedback last month, and we've decided to do something a little bit different with the video format. We've created a full-length follow-along video so you can just keep it running while you do the workout. Be sure to let us know via the feedback form or the Facebook group which video format you prefer. Of course, you can always access the individual movement videos on the video demo library on the MoveWell webpage. Like last month, this workout consists of a series of exercises that you'll complete consecutively in an interval format. Each exercise has its own make it easier and make it harder version so that you can custom design the degree of difficulty for yourself. In the video, we'll perform each exercise for 40 seconds and then rest for 20 seconds before we start the next exercise. You'll need a chair, and you might choose to use a mat and a towel. Be sure to watch and listen closely for tips on how to perform each exercise correctly so that you'll get the most out of your workout. We're going to repeat the sequence a total of 3 times, but if you're new to exercise, it's totally fine to do the sequence once or twice and then build up as you gain endurance. For this video, I'm going to jump us right into the workout, but remember, you need to be warmed up before you get started. We've provided a sample warm-up video, and you're welcome to follow that. Or you can just walk briskly and do a couple of dynamic movements on your own, and you should be good to go in about 5 minutes time. Also, remember to stretch when you're finished. We've also provided a stretch sequence in our video library. We start with a pendulum lunge, and I'm going to turn sideways. Start with your right foot, hold the towel out in front. Step forward and bend both knees, come back to the center. Step back and bend both knees. We won't trade legs until the next interval, so just keep the right foot moving. Notice that I'm giving myself enough space so that when I bend my knees, I have a 90-degree angle at both knees. If you want to make this easier, maybe get rid of the towel and just do the forward lunge. If you want to make this harder, add a balance component in between transitions. Our next interval is the pendulum lunge on the other side. Hold the towel chest level, step forward, return to center. Remember, your make it easy option is to hold the towel at your side and just work the forward lunge. You always have the option to add balance to make it harder. Our next exercise is a down dog push-up. We're going to start in plank with our hands on the mat. Elevate your knees and then push back into a downward facing dog. Think of making your body into an upside down triangle. Come back to plank. Make sure that you complete the movement before you shift to the next movement. This is strong work for the shoulders, and so if that feels tiring, you can make it easier by planking on your knees, pressing back into down dog. Plank on your knees, press back into down dog. To make it harder, add a crossbody reach. Squat with a heel raise. Set your feet hip width apart in your squat stance. Have a seat, bring your elbows towards your thighs. Stand up, punch towards the ceiling and lift onto your heels. If you need to make this easier, maybe just stand beside a chair for support and separate the movements. And if you want to make it harder, you can always jump with the heel raise. Tricep dips. You're going to need a chair for this one. Have a seat and walk your hips away from the seat. So your hands are going to be on the seat. With your knees at 90 degrees, bend at the elbows and lower yourself towards the floor without lowering away from the chair. To make this one easier, you can just make the movement smaller or take breaks during the interval. You can make it harder by adding a leg extension with each tricep dip. Notice that I'm keeping my shoulders back and my chest lifted, and I'm not rounding forward. We're going to the floor for this one. Half dead bug. Have a seat, hold your towel, and extend your arms chest level. Knees are in the air, straighten them. Lower one leg and alternate. If you feel strain on your low back, make it easier by lowering your legs, keeping a 90-degree bend in your knees. And if you want to make it harder, set the towel down and go opposite arm, opposite leg, full dead bug. Bridge reverse crunch. We're going to stay on the ground for this one. Keep your knees bent and bend at the elbows with your fists towards the ceiling. Lift your hips away using the muscles in your back, lower back down, and lift your hips in reverse crunch. Alternate that movement. If you want to make it easier, just separate the movements. So either hold an isometric bridge or just do the reverse curl. And if you want to make this one harder, you can turn it into a single leg bridge with a reverse curl. But don't alternate legs. You can get the other leg in the next interval. Oblique back extension. We're staying on the mat for this one. We're gonna lie on our bellies. So hands go beside our ears, our toes stay on the ground. Lift up and open up to one side. Squeeze the muscles in your low and middle back as you lift and rotate. If the oblique lift is uncomfortable, just lift and lower to the center and keep your hands on the ground. This can make it easier. If you want to make it harder, add a rear reach as you lift and turn. "10 by 10 jogger. This one's gonna get your heart rate up. You'll have to count your reps. Bring your knees up and jog until you get to 10 reps. Then bring your heels up and jog until you get to 10 reps. Keep that going until the interval's over. I can make this easier by making it a high knee march and a low intensity butt kick, and we do this in our warm up. I can make it harder by going faster and bigger with my movements. We're ready for round 2. Let's start with a pendulum lunge. Step forward with your right foot and back with your left. We're going at it for 40 seconds, so remember your options for making it easier and making it harder. You don't have to hold the towel, and you can separate the movement to just do the front lunge and without the back lunge. If you want to test your balance, pick your knee up and don't put it down until you find yourself in the other lunge position. Pendulum lunge, other side. So hold your towel in place, step forward, and step back. So pendulum lunge is going to be a challenge for both the front leg, or the moving leg, and the stationary leg. You're also probably feeling your heart rate go up, and you're using your core so that you don't wobble. All good things. Back to the down dog plank push-up. This one's a great way to strengthen our shoulders without using any weights or equipment. So set up your plank, push all the way back into a downward facing dog, and then return to your plank. Be sure to keep your glutes, your backside, and your abs engaged. Notice that when I come into plank, my shoulders line up right over my wrists. Try not to extend further forward than your wrists, or you're gonna feel a little discomfort in your shoulders. Okay, squat with a heel raise. Set your feet about hip width apart, bend at the elbows, have a seat, stand up, lift your heels. Remember your options. If you need to make it easier, have a prop nearby so that you can hold on for balance. Separate the movements. Do just the squat, just the heel raise. If you want to make it harder, feel free to leave the ground. You can jump on that heel raise. Tricep dips. You'll need your chair. Have a seat, slide your hips away, and bend at the elbows. This one's a strengthener for the backs of your arms. So if that's where you're feeling the fatigue, you're probably doing it right. Remember your options. If you need to make it easier, take breaks. This is your workout. You can always get better as time goes by. If you want to make it harder, you can add the leg extension, alternating. All right, half dead bug. We're going to the ground. Arms extend chest level, and then they're just there for stability. Lower one leg, and then lower the other. Notice that my heels are not going all the way to the floor. Yours don't need to either. Keep your abdominals engaged, and if you feel a tug in your low back, you've probably gone further than you need to. Just go to that spot where you feel your abs working. Remember, you can still make it easier by keeping your knees bent, and you can make it harder by putting the towel down and moving your arms in opposition. Bridge with a reverse crunch. If you did a single leg bridge before, make sure to do the other leg this time. Lift into a bridge, lower down, use your abdominals, lift your legs away from the mat. So in this combination, we're working our core, both the front side and the back side. Be sure that you use the strength of your abdominals to lift your legs and not momentum. So that means you have to slow it down, that's fine. All right, we're flipping over. Oblique back extension. Remember to leave your feet on the ground. As you lift, use the muscles in your low back. As if you're looking underneath one arm, turn to the side. Some variations of this movement include a leg lift as well. For today's purposes, I want you to keep your legs relaxed, toes on the ground. Remember, if you need to take out the oblique movement and keep your hands in contact with the floor, you can do that. But let the muscles in your back do the work, not your arms. All right, up we go, 10 by 10 jogger. You'll count your reps, 10 high knees, 10 butt kicks. Remember, you're in charge of the pace on this one. So if it feels too challenging, slow it down. Doesn't feel challenging enough, speed it up. Here we go with round 3, pendulum lunge. Pendulum lunge, here we go. We're going to the mat for down dog plank push-up. Okay, squat with a heel raise. Set up your squat stance, have a seat, stand up, and lift off.
Inside I found a home. Nothing else has been comparable. I'll never have to be.
We're ready for tricep dips. You'll need your chair. Make sure it's sturdy before you walk your hips away, and then get started. We're headed to the mat for half dead bug. All right, we're ready for bridge with a reverse crunch. All right, let's flip over for oblique back extension. All right, almost there. 10 by 10 jogger. You count your reps. Here we go. Way to go. We made it. Remember, it's important that you stretch when you're done. So check out our sample wrap-up video or do a couple stretches on your own. Let us know what you think about this workout on the Facebook group and invite your friends to join as well. See you next month.